Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the webinar, Centralized Services as a Platform, presented by ProVal Technologies. My name is Alec Herman. I'm the Partner Development Associate over at ProVal Tech. And on behalf of all of ProVal, thank you so much for joining us today. We do greatly appreciate you taking time out of your day to join us here. The agenda for today, we will have a presentation followed by a live Q&A. Our presenter is going to be Joe Turso. He is our Service Delivery Manager at ProVal Tech. One note before we get started here, if you have a question while we're presenting, if you don't mind just putting it in the chat, we do have a dedicated time at the end to answer all of those questions, so we absolutely will get to them. And with that, let's get started.
Hello, everyone. My name is Joe Turso, and I want to thank you for spending some time with us today. I hope you can grab a nugget of info or two that is helpful in making your business run just a little bit better. Let's get started. A little bit about me. Again, my name is Joe Turso, and I'm the Service Delivery Manager for ProVal. So why am I talking about managed services as a platform? Well, I was very fortunate to start my IT career early, from the days when you had to dial up to get to the BBS on the phone and you put the receiver on the modem cradle, to where I spent a decade in the military in the communications electronics arena, and then I transitioned into aerospace where I worked mission control Hughes aircraft. I'm not quite sure how it happened, but sometime during the late 90s, I was getting asked by my friends who worked in film and TV production for help with their network and their PCs and their software. I got hooked on that relationship aspect of IT consulting, not so much support, and ultimately moved away from the enterprise and into the SMB space. I spent about the better part of the last 18 years or so, specifically in the MSP business, being part of that evolution from managed outsourcing to block hours and break fix to private and public cloud offerings to eventually the all-you-can-eat per user managed services. I've been active in numerous peer and business coaching groups, such as True Profit, True Methods, various EOS and executive coaching engagements like Doug Diamond. Much of my MSP time has been spent on operations, developing, implementing, and managing people, processes, and procedures, and then ultimately executing the CEO's visions for the MSP. These MSPs ranged in size from $500,000 to over 11 million in MRR. And every MSP, one of the primary keys to success has been the ability to leverage people, process, and technology so they align with the company's business plan and the systems deliver metrics that matter while providing intelligent end user experience. Okay, that was a mouthful, and I'll break it out for you further in a couple of slides. But first, about ProVal. Vikram started ProVal over a decade ago. He has continued to evolve and shape ProVal to be a leader in the automation and integration market space. With our operations center located in New Delhi and our corporate headquarters in Orlando, we have over 60 employees worldwide and 150,000 devices under our management. Little fun fact, New Delhi is one of the greenest cities on the planet, with the Delhi area sporting at least 20% forest coverage. We do only cater to MSPs. We do not offer centralized services platform to the SMB clients directly. Our model is always to be behind the scenes guys. Our focus is in maximizing the core services of an MSP, integrating, automating, and developing end-to-end solutions with a centralized services technology stack. As always, I'm going to do a little shameless plug for the US First program. I have been part of this magnificent nonprofit for over 10 years. Their mission is simple: to inspire young people to be science and technology leaders and innovators by engaging them in exciting mentor-based programs that build science, engineering, and technology skills, and that inspire innovation, foster well-rounded life capabilities, including self-confidence, communication, and leadership. It's a fantastic program, and I encourage all of you to look into how you can support this organization locally as a technology company, because what you can do is help build that future generation of workforce that you're going to eventually look to hire. So centralized services as a platform is a shift from the traditional do-it-yourself back office systems to the systems as a service. As IT professionals, you think, we are IT people, we can do this. And to a point, you're mostly correct, but only to a point. Most MSPs will consist of a smart owner or owners who are the principal-based sales and consulting people, and they have a few support people, a project engineer or two, and maybe a small admin team. The centralized services, or any tool used to deliver the MSP product and services, is generally a do this also task for the smartest tech in the company. The need to resolve backup issues, apply updates, or even get data from systems falls to these smart guys. They're also the ones they lean on to implement this new tool or service. Most MSPs do not dedicate the tactical or strategic resources for the centralized services stack. Because of this, most MSPs do not see the entire cost benefit in running their technology stack. I mean, is what you're doing giving you the desired results? Gary Pica is quoted as saying, contracting out services can save an MSP time, resources, and money, but it isn't for everybody. The MSP backend stack is common across MSPs. Tools do not make the MSP unique. Tools are not the barrier entry into the market space for your competitors. Backend tools such as PSA, RMM, and AV are designed to help the MSP run their business, not provide differentiating value to their customers. The virtual cornucopia of tools MSPs must use to deliver their services securely are designed to complement each other if they are implemented correctly. And each tool wants to be the primary tool for the MSP, so there's generally an overlap in features and functionalities. These tools require care and feeding, just like your client systems. Most MSPs will have one of their smartest engineers learn what they can about a system and integrate it to the best of his or her ability and maintain them the best they can. But most do not dedicate the amount of manpower required to leverage the tools beyond being a basic ticketing or remote control solution. But ultimately, the tool is irrelevant. You move away from tools into solutions. So I once worked with an MSP who would always say, just go do all the things and stuff. He would buy so many tools just to hand them off, says, make it do all the things and stuff. Well, how many times have you implemented a tool just to use 10% of it? Let's have a quick chat about the core components of the MSP technology stack. First, there's the remote monitoring and management. Are you monitoring too much or not enough? Are you automatically deploying software and standards to devices when they're added to a network? Do you even know when those devices come out of alignment from your client standards? The RMM should be at the heart of labor reduction. It should be able to flag out those machines that have broken threshold values. They should auto-fix repetitive tasks and help aid in solving end-user issues quickly and efficiently. So naturally, next on the list, we're going to talk about professional services automation, that PSA. This is the heart of your client interaction. Are you using it more than just a time tracking tool? Are your agreements going through a customer validation true-up cadence automatically, or are you leaving money on the table each month or quarter? Are you building service histories for your servers, workstations, and other managed devices to support your end of life or performance claims? Are you capturing that data that is in alignment with your VCIO business plan so business intelligence can be delivered seamlessly to your clients? Agreements, sales process, purchasing, and receiving, these are all core components that tie into support, projects, and consulting. Without an end-to-end trail, how can you understand your labor and costs to deliver services? A critical component, and it should never be optional in my opinion, is the disaster recovery and business continuity piece. Are the backup jobs working on all the covered servers, and are all their drives being caught? Is the replication happening off-site? Are the backups being verified So when it comes time to recover, you can. MSPs should have conversations with their clients wrapped around RTO and RPO, application priority and DR testing, not tools. Backups are something that need to work every time, and if they don't, the issue should be addressed ASAP. I would never want to be the tech to tell the client, I can't restore your data. But backups best practice is a different webinar. 24/7 Operations Center is having eyes on the systems around the clock. Are critical alerts being remediated and escalated? Are all your false positives being caught and stopped? Do you know what is happening in your client's environment before you get to the office, or better yet, before your clients get to their office? Having a true 24/7 operations can be costly, and most MSPs get around it with on-call rotations. Yet, I have never talked to an engineer who enjoyed being on call, regardless of what compensation was presented, if any. End user security has gotten a lot more attention over the past few years due to ransomware and phishing. Is virus protection being rolled out automatically, and is it being managed? Are workstations being patched in a timely fashion? Is the end user application stack changing without your knowledge? How do you control the end user experience while giving them personalized environments? Locking down and patching vulnerabilities is an absolute these days. And that was just the core systems. Let's not forget, there are so many ancillary systems that help an MSP support their business and clients. You have products like IT Glue and Confluence that help manage client information. Secret Server and LastPass are some password management apps out there that need to be FIPS compliant, secure browser plugin, audit trails, password history. I mean, it's not as simple as just having that notepad on the network anymore. There are so many bolt-on products for the MSP as well. You have products like Audit, Logic Monitor to manage your network appliances and devices like your switches, routers, and firewalls. Then you even have plugins for those systems like WebRoot and User-Centric and Warranty Master and LineGuard, which help ease the automation of your RMM PSA and to extend or enhance that functionality. And don't even get me started on the single pane of glass products like Cloud Radio, Desk Director that want to put a better UI experience on your back office for your staff and your clients. And while it does provide needs-based routing, it's just another product layer. And I haven't even scratched the surface on the additional tools like Crew, TinyPulse, Customer Thermometer, Bright Gauge, Power BI. The list goes on. And then we talk about the hidden cost of centralized services. These simple calculations determine what running your centralized services is costing you. You take your labor associated with each tool, add overhead, and multiply it by the percentage of time spent on that tool. So in this example, you're going to have a full-time entry-level tech and 50% of a higher-level engineer, like a project engineer, who's probably split between handling these projects and the systems. Based on 30% overhead, that's cost you about $80,000 a year, or almost $6,800 to have an entry-level person just to filter alerts and handle some small things. The hidden costs, there are hidden costs as well. Are you getting your desired results? There's probably little, if any, innovation from this team. Those engineers become reactionary because their resources are stretched across departments. Most engineers do not have the business acumen to think like an owner, so the burden of driving the department forward becomes a problem of the service manager or the owner or the company thought leaders. Kind of love this one too. Eat your own dog food. As an MSP, you have to know what you're good at. What are your core services? An MSP removes the burden and risk of clients' technology and help align it to achieve the business goals. The average MSP is not a software development company. If it is not your core competency, why are you doing it? What are you selling compared to what are you delivering? The outsourcing of centralized services platform is the same value proposition that you're presenting to your clients. The reality is, for the MSP, not every backup is checked. Not every alert is responded to in a timely manner, and not every managed device is patched and updated. You should treat yourself like a client. Go through your onboarding process. Go through your alignment process. Go through your tactical and strategic meetings. How do you know what the client experience is until you actually go through it? So let's talk a little bit about what the return on investment is of your centralized services stack. Outsourcing it has many advantages. By the very nature of being an MSP, your model is to service clients that need IT outsourced because it's not their core competency. The same holds true for the MSP itself. Business process outsourcing and robotic processes automation are not core to the MSP service delivery, but those skills are needed. How to use the tools and how to make the tools do the work you want for you is a skill. There are some guidelines for determining return on investment, both hard and soft costs. According to Business Newsweek, some things to consider are, by outsourcing process to an external provider, the company gains new financial leeway that can be exploited to better equip core competency, redirect to resources. Outsourcing also enables companies to benefit from competencies that the external service provider can incorporate into the business relationships thanks to its wealth of experience in a specific business area. That is the exact same model as the MSP. You should not forget to include all of your company's costs. Incidental costs that would be eliminated if the business processes were outsourced. Among these things would include reduced licensing and HR resources. It benefits more ways than one than just the cost of to manage the tool, but getting the benefit out of the tool. Don't forget about the 12th man. That's a fun term in American football. At least I think it's American football. I'm not really the sports guy. That refers to the impact ecstatic fans can have on their team's performance when they're in the stadium. When you are supported correctly, when you feel that positive, you can perform better. Having that wealth of experience behind you, proactively engage in your business helps spark ideas, process improvements, job satisfaction. When your team has fun delivering the service through a solution package and through automation, they start developing a vested interest in the relationship between the client and the company. By delivering an SLA-based approach to the centralized services stack, it sets solid expectations for you and your client. Delivering what you're selling to your clients in a reliable, predictable, and repeatable method. Find the noise, decrease the labor, increase efficiency, and provide intelligent, accurate data to your team and clients. When you align your tools with your special sauce, you can get results that catapult you to whatever targets you're setting. Don't change what makes you special because of a tool's limitation. When integrated and optimized, the technology stack can help an MSP run their business more efficiently. Centralized services requires thought and planning, just like other departments in the company. By developing standards and managing the stack, you can keep your tools and cost aligned with your business growth and your clients' needs. By optimizing your PSA, you can deliver support models by the direct-to-tech support model to increase client satisfaction. When you integrate your stack completely, a VCIO can deliver business intelligence to your clients through confidence, accuracy, automatically. Through ARM-M administrations, you can deploy projects quickly and efficiently to reduce engineer labor and provide, again, reliable, predictable, and repeatable results. You reduce labor and increase consistency. You know what? I'm a technical person. I grew up in the support role. I can do desktop to data center, but just because I can build a server, integrate a service, or reset a password, that doesn't mean I should. It's not cost effective. Ask yourself, what is the highest, most effective use of your time? Is it writing and debugging scripts for automation, or is it solving client problems? If you haven't read the book by the IT Value Stack and you're an MSP owner or a thought leader, I highly recommend it. The core content for me was centered around the value-driven IT. At the time, the MSP I worked for focused on highly personalized end-user support and value-based strategic consulting. It was our job to know our clients, their industry, and the problems they face. The value is in helping align the client's technology investment to meet their challenges and ensure every interaction is a positive experience. You scale your centralized services stack, right? Server pricing model. Using centralized services as a platform, your cost scales with you. You convert labor and overhead, which doesn't change, right? If you have two people, you have two people whether you're using them or not. You convert that labor from an overhead to a planned project expense. You stop worrying about utilization and start benefiting from strategic guidance and tactical execution. And if I've said it once, I've uttered these words 1,000 times. Hope is not a plan. It's not enough to have great ideas. You must execute on them. Most MSPs know what they want, but dedicating the time and resources to turn these ideas into a reality is where MSPs need help. By using the centralized services as a platform, you have the product and service specialists who do nothing but manage and innovate in the back office 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Need help onboarding? Check. Need help with patching? Check. Need 24/7 monitoring on critical servers? Check. And finding that top talent is costly. Losing it costs even more. Why spend the time and money to hire a skill set that is not core to your business and doesn't scale up and down? Manually updating agreements is slow and painful. Most people do not fully implement the tools and services that they pay for. How many MSPs are out there with user or device-based agreements, truing up their agreements manually or automatically every month, or even on a quarterly basis? MSPs leave a lot of money on the table by not charging for the services they're delivering accurately. When you extend real data to the client, you start eliminating the "what's this charge" or "why is my agreement different" that happens monthly. When they're part of the process, transparency becomes a natural part of your relationship. And speaking about data, you have so much of it on how your clients support their clients. How much time is spent on training? How much time is spent on email? How much time is spent on password resets? How much time is spent working with third-party or line of business apps? Delivering real data to your clients helps them run their business better. There are so many options out there and so many ways to get the job done. Knowing that is what actually makes the MSP unique. So quick about the ProVal platform. It is an MSP model. We look at and help manage the entire centralized services back office, scale up and down with per server pricing, that all-inclusive product management. We have that shared CTO model to where we provide that executive strategic planning with quarterly reviews and annual budgets. You have the shared consulting model, the tactical execution of centralized services, monthly meetings to keep things on track and moving forward. You have shared service teams, 24/7 NOC, RMM management, backup management, end user security, PSA management. We have the advanced technology group. We dedicate an entire team to software automation with the sole purpose of making automation a reality each and every day with new content every month. So that's my story and I'm sticking to it. If you have any questions, please feel free to connect with us directly through social media. You can email info@provaltech.com or you just pick up the phone. Don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel for weekly tips and tricks and a few how-tos. It was a pleasure, and from all of us at ProVal, we thank you for your time.
We will wrap this up for today. In case you don't follow us on social media, please search us, ProVal Tech. We are active out there. Additionally, this will be posted on YouTube, so check us out on YouTube. We have a lot of other great content to go along with this, but we're posting this sometime next week. So please check us out. And lastly, if you're interested in engaging us at all or have any questions after this, you should have my direct contact info in your registration email. Please don't hesitate to reach out. More than happy to connect, have a conversation, or see how we can help. Thank you again for everybody for attending, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.